Me with assistance from the Community Broadcasting Foundation and heard from across Australia to around the world online.
You're listening to Z Games, where we bring you the best in gaming news, reviews, community, and culture.
Want to get in touch? Find us on social media or email us on air at zgamesau.net. G'day, cheekies. How you going? It is
Hi.
Z Games time. My name's Jack. I'm hanging out in the 4ZZZ studio with Millie.
Hi.
There you go. Tom.
Hello.
And Caitlin.
Hello.
On this week's
Hello.
show, you went to IEM, matey.
I did go to IDM. I saw a bunch of Counter-Strike action. A lot of hype in the crowd. A very rowdy crowd, too, because it's a bunch of Australians in the same room. Always a laugh.
But just no Australian players.
No Australian players, no.
Because they're all crap.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Also this week, it's not super gaming related, but the Met Gala.
The Met Gala happened. It happened, okay?
It happened.
It was a
We
thing.
need to talk about the fact that it happened.
It happened, and it was
What were the highlights?
so camp.
The highlights were definitely Lady Gaga having somehow four different
outfits. Yeah.
It was
on the
amazing.
runway. Billy Porter coming down looking like an Egyptian god, being carried by six beautiful men. Definitely Florence Welsh was amazing as well. I'm just saying names, but it was incredible. And no
was
shout
amazing.
out to all the men who showed up in a black tuxedo. The
Did
theme
you
was
s-
camp.
Did you see Kanye? He turned up in a hoodie.
He turned up in a
A
tracksuit.
hoodie.
He did not meet the
I'm
assignment.
putting him in the bin.
F. Failed.
F.
Yeah, fail.
Yes. Yeah.
Pay respect.
He didn't even look
F.
happy. Like, Kim Kardashian is your wife. Like, cheer up, God.
No, that's why he's sad.
Well,
Yeah,
to be
honestly.
fair, she looked like a glad wrapped prawn. So she didn't do very good.
She was
God.
giving me like cruel
That's an image.
intentions, like coming out of the pool.
Yeah,
Intentions?
no,
Yeah,
not feeling
coming out
it.
of the pool,
No.
sort of.
No,
Yeah,
thank
Not
you.
feeling
it
it.
wasn't really camp though. So
No, it was just her going, look at my eyes.
I'm wearing Versailles.
Coming up later on, we're also going to be talking about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, we are.
You wanted to
Sonic.
have a Sonic episode, Caitlin.
Look, the trailer came out, and I thought the world was going to end, and then I was like,
The
you know
world
what?
didn't.
You know what?
It just
Some of
imploded
the
on itself.
some of the games are good though. So we should talk
Oh,
about what's good about Sonic, and not the little man.
How...
The little blue man
Little blue
thing.
man.
Just give me a good 5-second impression on the insert character in Sonic Forces.
Oh my god, just a furry's dream.
Yeah, pretty much.
Self-insert fairy dream. You don't speak, you just stand there in the corner like a really weird
Awkward furry.
self-insert character.
I'm
but
Daniel the Hedgehog. Do not steal.
you can do some real crime with that avatar creator, and I love it.
How many furries do you think you're going to rock up as Supernova cast as that character now?
I've seen a few.
yeah.
Just
Oh.
a
I
few
mean,
already?
there's furries at Supernova every year. So.
Yeah, I met some furries. They
Or
were
just at
alright.
South Bank every Tuesday.
South Bank Fur Meet. Shout out to
you guys. You do you guys. Chase your bliss.
Watch
Does
the
it spark
fursuits.
joy? Before it gets any more off the rails, if it can, this is the week in gaming news for your pleasure and enjoyment.
Let's bring it in.
Across Australian radio and across the world online, from 4ZZZ Studios in Brisbane, this is your weekly Z Games news update. EA Access, a subscription service that's been available on PC and Xbox One since 2014, is now coming to PS4. The service gives access to over 50 EA games, including entries in the EA Sports, Battlefront, Dragon Age, and Titanfall series. EA executive Matt Bilby said, quote, "Our goal is to give players more choice to try and play our games wherever and however they choose, and we're happy to bring the service to PlayStation 4, end quote. Available for $5 per month or $30 per year, EA Access will be open to PS4 subscribers in July. Following a slew of worker lawsuits and legal pushback, over 150 Riot Games employees have walked out of the Los Angeles office in protest of the company's stance on forced arbitration. Signs at the protest read, "It shouldn't take all this to do the right thing," and "Silence one of us, you silence us all." This protest appears to be the first labour-related walkout for a large game studio like Riot. After plans of this walkout surfaced last week, Riot announced it would allow incoming employees to opt out of forced arbitration for harassment suits, and would consider extending that to current employees, quote, "as soon as current litigation is resolved," end quote. Riot Games strategist Jocelyn Monahan felt that wasn't good enough in an interview with Kotaku, saying, quote, "We're asking that forced arbitration be ended for all past, current, and future Riot employees, including contractors and in current litigation," end quote. Featuring panels, cosplay, and gaming competitions across titles like CSGO, Overwatch, and Super Smash Bros., the first Girl Gamer Sydney Festival will be held on the 9th and 10th of June. The latest in a line of Girl Gamer events after those held in Portugal and Macau, the event will be held at the Concourse in Chatswood as part of Sydney's Vivid Festival. Sarah J, who is leading the project as part of the Australian Esports League, said on social media that she is open to hearing ideas and concerns around using the term Girl Gamer, but is, quote, super excited about this event and having the support of Destination New South Wales and Vivid, end quote. Rocket League devs Psyonix have announced an upcoming acquisition of the studio by Epic Games. The dev team have said that nothing is expected to change in the short term, while in the long term, Rocket League is expected to be available for sale on the Epic Games Store. Operations manager for Couch Warriors Jason O'Callaghan said it shows Epic's intent to push further into the esports space on 4ZZZ early this week.
I think we're finally starting to see the end game. Like, they've got Fortnite. Tencent have a huge stake in Riot, and now they've got Rocket League. If I had an esports game that wasn't attached to a publisher already, like a big boy already, I would be organising a share buyback because I can feel those Chinese millions coming in. If they turned around tomorrow and said, oh, we've bought out Hi-Rez or something like that, I would not be surprised.
Psyonix has clarified that those who own Rocket League through Steam can still play it and look forward to continued support. That's all for now. For more gaming updates, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as @ZEDGamesAU.
Thanks to Jason there for his 2 cents, getting a little bit spicy.
Bit spicy.
I also
Those big boys.
had a big go at him for thinking there's going to be a Switch revision this year, and I was like, it's not happening. It's not next year. It will.
Switch Mini.
No, it's not
please.
happening.
Why not?
Buy a 3DS.
What?
Like, there's so many good 3DS games. Just get a 3DS.
No.
I don't want this to happen. I just bought a Switch.
Yeah, right.
right, yeah.
More the developing story on Riot continues.
Riot every single week, and Riot being like, no, you can not do it if you want, and everyone's like, why is it even a thing in the first place? Like, Christ. Your
Shouldn't
company
be a
is
thing.
broken, you need to fix it. You
Yes.
can't just keep putting band-aids on top of the band-aids that are already there.
I mean, that's what they do with League.
I was going to say it's a bad team comp, really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just fire them all, start over.
Yeah.
Do what they did with, I don't know, anything else. Just
Literally any other game studio ever.
Yeah. Just
Get
dump
rid
them
of
all.
them.
Get some new ones.
Do a
New
new.
ones that actually, respect the company.
yeah.
Yeah, and none of those females.
Maybe less
females.
Women.
Maybe less sexual harassment. Maybe try that.
That's no.
No, they just don't want
hang on.
females.
Oh, we can't have that.
We need
That'd be
more
terrible.
sexual harassment. Honestly, it just keeps getting
spiraling out of
worse and
control.
worse.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what next week brings from Riot Games.
Well,
Maybe they'll shut down League. I hope so.
Oh, cross your fingers.
Cross your fingers, because then that means there's a whole room free at QT.
But I want another. That's fair. But also, I want another KDA music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the
mood.
music
Or maybe
is
like 30.
amazing.
Yeah, the music
Yeah.
The
videos
game
are
is
amazing.
meh, and the toxic community is terrible, but the
Yeah.
gaming music, everything that they've done
good.
is so good.
Yeah, that's the best part of it. Like, my boyfriend is really into League, and he showed me all the gaming music, and like he told me all the character backstories and everything. So I was like, clearly you have a talent here. Like, make the game better,
Yeah.
and stop being total piles of turd
Yeah.
to your staff.
It's really not that hard.
It's not hard. It's not hard to respect your staff that work so hard on your multi-million-dollar game.
Yeah.
Like, come on, get good.
Just get good.
And it wasn't just the
GG.
Los Angeles studio that walked out either. There was, because Riot Games has a few different studios. There's one that they have in Europe. I think it was Dublin. But their laws are Europe-ish,
Europe-ish.
and their laws mean that, like, if employees want to sue over something like this, they don't get forced into arbitration because their laws aren't trash.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
They had to walk out as well in solidarity with the
Wow.
LA.
Wow.
So, like, this is a global story that continues to develop and continues to be crap, just sort of
Yeah.
wall to wall.
yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm waiting
All
for the
over.
positive turn.
Hopefully something
Hopefully,
good comes
it's
out
not
of
going to be
it.
from
but
Riot, but
yeah.
it's going to be from something else.
Maybe
that'll
maybe
Something
firing
will
the
happen.
staff that actually sort of encourage
the
this
bad.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think we had a few stories of people leaving and then sort of coming back into the organization
yeah.
that encourage that behavior, and it's like, well, clearly nothing's changed.
Yeah. You've got to change something.
But they do
It's
the
changed
jewelry
the
really
culture.
goodly. That's why you hired them back, right?
They do the.
It
They
doesn't
make
matter. They can
those
just sexually
beautiful,
harass whoever they
beautiful
want.
anime girlies.
They make
They
the
do the
titties
code good.
Is the code so good? I love it.
It's usually managers, I think. I think that's where the problem is, where a lot of the culture is
yeah.
sort of
Oh,
done through
hugely.
management, through senior staff.
It's definitely up there with the senior staff. That's where the issue is lying.
And
Not that
yeah,
I work for this company or anything.
No.
but, you know, I'm just, you know.
well, from what we've heard, there's been a
Yeah,
lot of
but
stories floating
from-
around about it.
Yeah.
Also, the Girl Gamer Sydney Festival.
stop.
Because I told you about that. I was like, did you read the news? No. And I was like, how do you feel about Girl Gamer Sydney? And you're like, I hate this already.
I mean, the concept, the whole thing, I'm psyched about. And being
Yeah.
part of women's, like a lot of
Women's.
women's, a lot of the ladies are going, and like it looks like it's going to be a fun time. But yeah, the name is a little bit. You hear it and you're like, ugh. Like I mean, I'm not sure what else they would call it,
Woman's.
but it's not a woman's community.
I
Well,
know,
they could
but,
maybe
like-
do something a little bit
but,
more
like-
low key, like with the Gamer X
Yeah.
Fest. They had GX Australia,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So something that might be a little bit low key while not super great for marketing, but I guess it's Sydney, so they need everything to be about as subtle as MH370.
Yeah.
Good
I
old
mean,
Sydney.
It does get attention as well. It's one
Yeah.
of those things where, you know, it maybe is a marketing strategy, like
Oh,
Yeah.
hugely.
slap Girl
definitely.
Gamer on it, and people are going to click on it because they're curious, and then it's like, oh, it's actually a thing. So
Yeah.
Girls play games?
What?
we sure do.
Grill grammars.
What am I doing?
Grill
here?
gams. What
There were
does
a
this
lot of
button
questions,
do? What's the
so-
X do?
I only play Angry Birds.
Am I a gamer? Yeah.
Candy Crush?
Level 157. The weird thing is, though, is like a lot of people on Twitter when it got announced were like, well, I'm not a girl. Can I still come along? Like, there was no...
I feel uncomfortable when it's not about me
No, well,
at Male Gamers.
it is nice. Like,
Pretty
with
much.
GX, like
Yeah.
you mentioned, like, they said it was the most inclusive
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
experience or the expo, because they said, well, everyone can come along to experience this side of gaming. And eventually, Girl Gamer Festival, they replied and said, well, yes, of course, but
Yeah.
they didn't. They should have
Yeah.
advertised that straight out of the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
Being like a celebration of,
Yeah,
of
it's-
females in the gaming industry,
Actually,
rather than
exactly.
like
That
Girl Gaming Festival.
Yeah.
If you're a boy,
Only girls.
Exactly.
All
there
that
was
way
no boys allowed.
that thread that I pulled the comment from one of the people involved with the festival.
Yeah.
I went through the thread and there was a boy out there that got a little bit butthurt that it wasn't the Boy Gamer Festival.
Yeah, when's the
Um,
Boy Gamer Festival? Boys
They
aren't represented enough.
clearly had a problem where the page was admined by someone who got a bit spicy with their response and
spicy.
basically just like dragged him because he was a gronk. Absolutely. Like, did he deserve it? God, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when
PR.
you're in Sydney and you've got to try and cater to the caliber of people that are asking, like, but what about boys? Like, that inevitably is going to be a big part of the audience, right? Like, you're
Yeah.
leaving 50% of the audience on the table if you're like, no, boys not allowed.
Yeah.
As far as the competitions go, I completely understand why, because the point is to encourage more female
in
or
the
just
space,
more
yeah.
diverse in gender people
Yeah, definitely.
into esports and games in general. But
Yeah.
yeah, there was some spicy responses going around because people get butthurt.
They do.
That is the internet,
Yeah.
after
I
all.
think
Yeah.
it's just the term. I think the term just sparks like
It doesn't
something
spark
in
joy.
people. It doesn't spark joy. Put it in the bin. No, it just like it has a connotation already.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
go into
Yeah.
something using a term that already has a connotation. You're going to attract people who are going to arc up over it. Just
Yeah.
happens.
Well, even from the streaming side of it as well, there
Yeah.
are certain people who started out on the streaming side. They named themselves like Girl Gamer 47,
Yeah.
and then they got a little bit bigger, they got a following, and then they went, "Oh no,
I need to
I need
rebrand.
to change this." And then
Yeah.
like you'd see them, they change it, and then it'd just be GG or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
GG 47 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a completely valid point. Like, obviously, people are going to arc up about that sort of ancient term of girl gamer.
It's just unfortunate.
Yeah,
It is unfortunate.
But,
and it'd be sorry.
that's all right. But I kind of wish they sort of had the extra advertising, like you said. Like, this is an all-inclusive event, but for certain events, it's a mainly female-oriented.
Well, I think another thing I hope that I kind of stressed in that the previous events were in Portugal and Macau, and these cultures are, I imagine, quite different to ours, where we
Yeah.
kind of, to us, it is quite grating.
Yeah, it's
Like-
an English term. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely a
Yeah.
westernized term.
And if you bring that term back into the West, and we're like, well, I mean, why does it Like, it's just kind of awkward that we even
Yeah.
need to be like, girls are gamers too. It's like, well, I mean, have you been living under a rock for the last 30
Yeah.
years? You know,
Yeah.
like, that's
This
that's
isn't
the kind of vibe.
2008 anymore. You don't need to pose with your controller topless.
1998, dude. Like,
Rip all the controllers that were eaten in 2008, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm referencing.
Girl
I'm a girl gamer.
So many electrifications.
Oof.
Maybe we could reclaim that term
Yeah.
and make it a positive thing.
Let's reclaim it. Let's do a Brooke Candy and reclaim the word.
yes.
we'll make some weird stings at some point. There's got to be some gold in there that I can mine up, and because if God, the last
doubt.
week's about docking, I can. It's fine. I can make a sting about literally. You'll hear that later on. It's fine.
Yeah.
sure.
There'll be some art.
We'll be back in just a moment talking about IEM Sydney, the Intel Extreme Masters with CS:GO. Did you see much Overwatch?
I saw a bit of Overwatch too.
That as well.
Yeah.
You're hanging out on Z Games. We'll be back in a second.
I'm gonna get those fools. They wanna play with my emeralds. They playing with the wrong guy. Like I don't know. That's what I'm.
Welcome back to 4ZZZ Z Games.
You're listening to Z Games.
I am here. Hello, my
Millie.
name's Millie.
having a stroke
A little bit because of that sweet Knuckles beat.
with your local soft boy Jack.
Yeah, local soft weeb boy Jack, the local Twitch streamer, blogger Koshi,
Blurnalist.
Blurnalist,
Listening comments.
Oh, I love it.
Disgusting.
and our
It's gone
other
up.
local
And me.
female Twitch
Girl
streamer,
gamer.
girl
Real
gamer,
grammar.
Real grammar.
Twitch streamer Caitlin.
Barely
Welcome back,
anymore, but
everyone.
yes, hello.
It's a disaster.
It is.
So, Koshman,
Hello.
tell me about what you did.
So, oh no.
What did you do?
What-
It's an interrogation.
What did
Why are
you
these
do?
lights so bright?
What did
Dang.
you do in Sydney?
The
Tell
Intel
us.
Extreme Masters.
Yes, it's Intel Extreme Masters for another year, 3 years running with Counter-Strike action. We've also got supporting acts from the Overwatch contenders.
I love it when
Seen the
that's
finals.
like the supporting act. It's like
Yeah.
the finals for the Overwatch contenders are just supporting.
They really are. Like, the crowds were like so comparatively different. I think I put a tweet out over the weekend, though, that I really liked the Overwatch crowd because it was quiet. And they knew when to get hype, and it made sense. Like, someone did a big diva ult kill, and everyone's like, yeah! And then they went back to sitting there watching. CSGO...
Just noisy,
boy.
rowdy the entire time.
Rowdy the
Rowdy boys.
entire time. If something didn't happen for 3 seconds, someone just started screaming.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
that's just
starting
the
a
feeling
chat.
in Sydney, hey?
Pretty much. Yeah, that was outside and inside the arena. So it was kind of just a whole weekend
just
of
Sydney.
Like, I got off the plane and someone was screaming, and I was like, I'm in Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sydney's just a city of screams every 3 minutes.
But it was really, really good. Unfortunately, there was no Australian teams on the stage for the main events. There was a
Good
show
old
match
Australia.
that featured some Australian players as well.
It was Team Liquid and Fnatic.
Team Liquid and Fnatic in the grand finals. Best of 5 went to the last map as well. So it was down to the wire. Like, there was some really, really
Wait,
hyped moments.
Were there no Australian teams at all in the event?
No, there was Australian teams at the event, but they did it during the week beforehand. So they had the group stages, because otherwise the whole running of the event would go all week.
So was it Chiefs that are Australian?
Chiefs, Greyhound, and Renegades.
That's right.
Yeah, the boys for the Renegades.
None of them got through, though.
Yeah, none of them got through. Unfortunately, they did go up against some very heavy resistance. They didn't lose to worse teams. They lost to they were definitely the underdog in all of their situations,
Yeah.
which is just unfortunate when you're going against the world's best.
That's just Australia.
That's just Australia. We're just not. We're a second tier, I guess, of teams at the moment.
Yeah.
But it is on the rise, which is good. But yeah, we had a lot of really, really good events. The crowd was insane. We had beach balls being thrown everywhere, Aussie, 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 oi, 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 being shouted out like at least every 5 to 10 minutes.
I was going to say, because the sports, what does it mean? Like, I don't really do sports at all. Like, I drove here to
don't.
do a different Triple Z show, and I hit like the Gabba traffic, and I was like, oh, this is disgusting, because they just knock out lights.
There's a
Pretty
sport
much.
on.
Not the crowd, the police do. They police control in
No, they
intersections.
climb on the
Yeah.
lights. and
They're
smash
then
real
them.
rowdy.
And then after the game, the players hit the lights.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
rowdy
They
boys.
lose.
But like, we know kind of what to expect from like a sports event.
Yeah.
Is an esports event kind of on, or is this esports event kind of on that same level of hype?
Yeah, I would say
Same
yes. It's
energy.
just in a smaller scale
hell.
because you can't compare it to like an NRL final
'Cause it's
or
just
something
massive,
like
yeah.
Because it's massive. You know, you've got like 50,000 people sitting in a grandstand, but cut that down by about 10%. I think there was about 5,000 people in the crowd.
Wow.
I'd like to
I
say.
think it was a bit more than that.
Was it?
I feel like I can remember a 20,000 number being thrown around.
What? Okay, I'm not too sure.
I'll look it up. Give me a sec.
But there was like three whole like sections. It was half of the Kudos Bank Arena at Sydney, so it was
Wow.
filled About 80% of it was
Wow.
filled for the grand finals, at least, and it slowly ramped up over the week. So, but yeah, definitely some really good action, and it got me back into Counter-Strike too. So I've been playing a lot of that just because I went to that event. I'm like, I haven't played Counter-Strike in about a year.
So you've just been streaming it?
And then I started streaming it again. Yeah,
Love it.
I saw so many posts actually after the weekend that were like Counter-Strike, like so many people just getting back on it because they were so hyped after watching the matches. So
it's good.
awesome.
It promotes the scene, and hopefully it's not as like toxic. I feel like the crowds went back into the games. Like everyone went home and started playing Counter-Strike, and then you get into the match and everyone's like just as rowdy.
Rowdy boys.
Good
Rowdy boys.
energy.
There's beach balls flying around the map and everything. It's great.
You gotta do it. You gotta be rowdy boys.
But even the pro guys, I talked to those guys like after their matches or in interviews with the Australian team, and they all said that the Aussie crowd is unique.
Really?
Like they really liked how rowdy they got.
The
The energy from it. Like even on stage, they can kind of hear the rowdiness, but if you're getting cheered for, like it energizes you and it
Yeah.
psychs you up for it, which is really cool.
It's awesome.
We
yeah.
love our rowdy boys.
And I guess
Rowdy
like
boys.
with esports as well, it's something where when you're training, it's not like when you train for footy where there's like people can just come and sort of hang out and watch you. Like you train in your space kind of
Yep.
thing. So when you get out to that arena, it's like a really awesome opportunity to see all the people that support
Yeah,
you and
definitely.
support your team, and yeah, it
Wearing
would
all
be
the jerseys,
awesome.
like,
Yeah,
the jerseys
that's
and all
so
the merch
cool.
and everything like
That's
that. So
awesome.
there's esports merch and all that people wear in the crowds. So
Yeah.
especially the Australian merch. Like even though there were no Australian teams on the stage,
F.
there was still F.
GG.
But they had jerseys for all the Australian teams. I was wearing one as well. So
Yeah.
Oh,
it's good.
nice. You can't go wrong with that.
No. I want
Yeah.
them to make it big. It's the biggest esports event in Australia, pretty much. So I want them to be more of them.
I feel like MEO is very close behind.
Yeah, it's getting there.
MEO was big. Well, I mean, this is its first. Last year was its first year
Wow.
for MEO.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it'd been running longer.
No, it was the first year of a 5-year deal they hit with the. I've forgotten the name of the venue, but yeah, that event is just ramping up. But it's not Melbourne Esports Open. It's Melbourne Esports Open, supported by JB Hi-Fi. Like, every single press
Okay.
release, I'm like, I don't care. Like, just don't
The
make me
big
say
black
that.
and yellow square.
They're giving us money.
I mean, it was kind of different because with MEO, it was a fun mix of, if you're into esports, then here's your esports stuff. If you're a bit of a normie gamer and you just kind of want to see what's going on, there was a lot of community stuff as well. So yeah, you had like the big boy stages with like Overwatch contenders, but then you had a bunch of smaller stages. You had a dedicated Fortnite stage, and then you had a and then you had a totally separate building where they basically had a show floor, and you would be like, they had this was last August, September-ish.
August again this year.
They had Spyro the Dragon on the show floor before it had released
Oh,
at that
wow,
point.
okay.
So
Oh,
they
Like
had
PAX
like
kind of vibe.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
it felt like a mini
Active.
PAX.
Cool.
So it was kind of like BAM in the sense that it's like, yeah, our focus is on esports and having like, this is an esports festival, but we want to make sure that there's something there for everyone. MEO has done a really good job of that. BAM has done a really good job of that.
Yeah.
With IEM, was there much there as outside of the core esports stuff?
Not really. I mean, there was CS:GO, which is the major.
Yeah.
There was the Overwatch contenders, which is really good as well. We actually got to see Australian teams on stage. So the 3-time champions Sydney Drop Bears actually got beaten for the first time in 3 seasons by Order, which is a really, really, really good final. Didn't watch too much of it, but I popped my head in and checked it out. I don't understand Overwatch. I'm just not one of those gamers. Wow. There's so much going on.
I know, it's
What
amazing.
happens?
I want my
love it.
slow tactical shooters for a reason. But yeah, like all of that. They had a third community stage, which was down with the products, like the MSI and the Asus,
Yep.
and they had like a section for that. There was a mini stage there with about 50 seats, but I don't know what it was for. Because every time I went down there was nothing going on. So I thought maybe there were like scheduled events that I just missed.
Yeah,
Possibly.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe like Rocket League or something like that
Most
for
likely.
little comps. Or free
Little
play.
tiny weenie cops.
People
Weenie?
who want to be like free play on stage and like experience a small part of what it's like to be a pro gamer.
That hype.
Just have a good feel.
I mean, for most people, being a pro gamer is just having a green screen and a webcam in your bedroom.
I'm a pro gamer.
Yeah, you technically are.
Technically a pro gamer.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Both
I
of you
got
are.
paid by
Both of you.
Twitch one time,
Yeah,
so
man.
I'm technically a pro gamer.
I think I've earned about
Yeah.
$30 from Twitch. Well, not
Yep.
from Twitch directly. That tax form, Jesus,
It's great.
haunting. But yeah, I Am Sydney would do again.
Oh yeah. I would do it again. It's the most hype esports event that you can actually go to in Australia without going overseas. For now.
For now.
Who knows? MEO might be good. We've got Overwatch, League of Legends, and Rainbow Six coming
Oh, no.
Yeah.
to MEO. And
Yeah, the Rainbow Six, that just got announced as well. That's
so
right.
it's expanding. So I'm hoping that it's going to see some competition there.
You better come down to MEO with me, mate.
Oh yeah, I'm going.
It's going to be such a good time.
I'm so good. I'm so hyped.
We're going to do like...
Big vibes.
Do it like, I can't...
And it's
like,
Melbourne. Why would I miss Melbourne?
Who misses Melbourne?
And then
honestly? Me.
after every day when you've been up since like 8 a.m. and you finished at 6 and you're like, all right, cool, let's go out for
Let's
drinks.
drink. Yeah.
And cry.
Eat the best of food.
I don't. We don't as a station or show endorse drinking or anything unhealthy
No.
or anything officially.
Officially.
There we go. Thank you.
Officially.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Oof. I
Yes,
am.
I'm hyped.
It happened.
It happened.
It
It was
happened.
amazing. There's nothing like it that I've ever been to, and want to go again next year.
Hectic.
You're hanging out on Z Games with Jack, Kosh, Millie, and Caitlin.
Yeah,
we'll be
we're
back in
still
a
here.
sec
See you
to
soon.
talk about Sonic.
Sonic. Get hype.
No.
G'day, cheekies. Welcome back.
Oh,
We did it.
I'm
We did
so
it.
hype.
Are
I'm
you
really
guys...
not. If there's anything that's the opposite of hype, I would be that.
Koshi. You have to go fast. You gotta go fast.
You gotta.
Gotta go fast.
Can
Gotta
this,
go fast.
Can this segment go fast?
Do you want a chili dog? Here we go.
Hi, I'm Nipples the Enchilada. We're talking about Sonic. In case you missed that, we're talking about Sonic.
Are
Sonic.
you guys ready?
I am.
Okay, I'm going to start you off with one of my favourite Sonic games, Sonic Heroes.
Which is okay.
Excuse me?
It's okay.
I didn't ask you. So, it was released in 2003, and it copies the original Sonic Sega Genesis style of game. Because unlike the original releases of Sonic Adventure, it was more of a adventure, obviously. Duh. But this one followed the more, run, just go.
Just go.
Go fast.
Oh,
Do
because
it. Gotta
Adventure
go
had
fast.
like the Knuckles levels.
Hey, it's Knuckles!
just gliding around for 3 years, being like, am I
Running
ever going to get
around
there?
at the speed of slow. So basically,
Beautiful.
Okay. So basically, it follows the original Sonic format of collect Chaos Emeralds, defeat Eggman, plus some special stages, and the return of Team Chaotix
Ugh.
With a K.
with an
No,
X.
it's not with- it's not with a K.
Chaotix.
Chaotix.
Jeez.
I just like the way that.
So it was actually one of the first multi-platform Sonic games. It was released on the GameCube, Windows for some reason.
Oh yeah, everyone
And
forgets about that.
The
Yeah, but then they can mod
Xbox,
them.
the OG Xbox,
And the
which I still
PS2.
have. It's basically a doorstop, and I
on the-
love it.
And on the PS2.
And the PS2. Yeah, I said PlayStation.
No, we're talking about doorstops.
Doorstop.
Wow. Wow. PS2 is phenomenal.
It actually still holds up.
So I would say it's a huge improvement on the Sonic Adventure games because
Okay.
they
Sure,
were-
sure. Okay, great. Yep,
Alright.
we'll get to that.
Yeah, don't worry. Like we all have our opinions, but yours
There
are
are
wrong.
Yours are
worse
wrong,
Sonic
yeah,
games, really.
So it's really praised for its like really fast movement and like you feel like you're like really in there and you're going so fast and you just want to jump between rails and kiss frogs for some reason that are there too. It's just like okay. And there's like you bounce on fruits and it's just so fun. I love it. So there's like 3 types of playstyle. There's speed, power, and flying. So they're based around Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, the enchilada. So the, blue, yellow, red, right? So each character has their own sort of area that they excel in, Knuckles can punt through rocks, Tails can carry everyone somehow, and Sonic just goes fast, that's what he does. But here's the thing. There's 4 teams of Sonic characters, and you switch between them through multiple stages. Each stage has 3 parts. Deal with it, Koshi. Stop blinking at me sadly.
He's like trying to
why
process
change-
what's going on. I'm like,
Yeah.
this
Can
is
I
a
leave?
lot to deal
This
with.
is a lot to deal with.
Can I go?
Sonic used to be easy.
So it goes from like a seaside zone to a haunted house. It's amazing.
It's all haunted.
It's all haunted.
It's
yeah.
Sonic, yeah.
So there's Team Sonic, which I just mentioned. There's Team Dark because they're edgy. Shadow Rouge and the new character Omega because they ran out of characters.
Just literally made a robot.
And then
That's-
there's Team Rose, which is the easy mode because it's Amy, Cream, and Big the Cat, and everyone's favourite character,
no.
Froggy.
I think the best thing that I have to say on the topic of Big and the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, my
He's big
producer
in it.
said, honestly, Big the Cat, Rule 34 is better than Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which is fair because
Amen.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
it probably is
What were
really
you
good,
doing, James
honestly.
Marston?
pretty
What
good.
did you do that for?
F.
So, and then obviously the next team, which is they've been welcomed back, is Team Codex, which is SBO, Vector, and good old Charmy the Bee, who has the most annoying voice in the whole entire
Yes.
Yeah, he
world.
does.
So you don't play them.
Also, they have the weirdest playstyle where it's not like
Yeah.
get from point A to point B like literally all of the others. It's just collect these 10 things so it's more of like that, I guess, would be more closer to adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So theirs is more an adventure style. So like they give you random missions.
Yeah.
Team Rose is easy mode. Their missions are very small.
They
Team
are.
Dark is the hardest.
Yep.
And Team Sonic is hey, it's Sonic, basically. So it's just like standard.
They say that
average
to you when you
stage.
open the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Sonic!
So.
Sure.
I really love this game by the sounds of it. There's a lot more I could cover, but I need to get on to a worse game.
Sonic 006.
I'm not done yet, but let me just say that the team who developed it, Sonic Team USA, now known as Sega Studios USA, their next project, unfortunately, was Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, so next game. Okay, so Sonic 06. My first line in my review is "What a disaster!" in all caps.
Great.
It was released on the 360 and PlayStation 2. It was planned to be
Three.
released on the Wii.
PS3, not
PS3. My bad.
PS2 could not run this nightmare.
No.
It is
No.
so bad.
No, and it was going to be released on Windows too.
Thank God it wasn't.
All right, it was produced for the 15th anniversary of the Sonic series.
God, that's a great
That's a
celebration.
Yeah.
That was.
However, it was a critical failure. Many discussing its horrible loading times, number 1. Camera system, number 2. Story, number 3. Stability, number 4. And controls, number 5.
So literally everything.
Everything.
in that game.
The whole game,
Yeah.
bad.
It's been said to be the worst game in the series. Its failure, its failure led to a rethinking of the series' direction. Future games ignored most of the characters, and I've got here written in caps, "Bye, Silver. No one cares about you."
So, yes,
okay, I'm just going to step away from the mic for a minute. Just give me a minute.
just
It's no use!
that boss battle. I've watched Millie try and do that boss battle. It is
You
infuriating.
get stuck in walls. Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Here's
always
the
a sign of a
thing. Here's
good
the
game.
thing. You want to see a good program of that boss battle? Watch Game Grumps play it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You hear, "It's no use!"
Constantly.
Constantly.
And then just like Sonic's model just glitches out. Just why not?
And you
Why?
just sit there. Also, I feel like as much as Silver is bad, that scene where Sonic literally is kissed by a human princess.
Yeah, here's the point. So the plot sucks. Silver's just
what?
there with his 5 head, and Elise is also there who wants to have some good old furry yiff times
She's
with
like
Sonic.
The only realistic person in
She
the whole
looks like a
game. She's just
squid.
there.
It's not
looks
good.
like a squid.
It's not good. Like
And she's got orange legs that just like dangle out of Sonic's body for some reason when he's carrying
when
her.
he's carrying her.
And
So-
so she's got her magic sun power just goes bop.
This is in 2006 when pre-rendered cutscenes were the norm, but when you go between like PS2 level
Hyper-realistic.
graphics to the pre-rendered stuff, it's like everything looks a little bit too smooth. It was like 10 years of Uncanny Valley.
Also,
that is still
Eggman's
here.
got like giant golden nipples for some reason. Like
Oh,
he's
yes.
too realistic. Like he's got a
I've seen
crotch rendered in.
Pictures from
It is
this
so
game.
bad.
I swear this is just made for source of filmmaker, really.
That's where the Sonic model is used from. So
Yeah,
basically,
that's what I thought. That's-
but
yeah.
still, let me just say that I'm very good at Sonic 06.
I don't know if that says more about you or the game.
Yeah, she's
It
played
says a lot about me.
She's played it quite a lot. So
I got to the shadow level, man. You realize how hard that is? Very.
Do you own the game yet?
Nah, no, I played it with you.
You played it. Yeah,
You watched me. I'm
I
pretty
know.
good at it.
And you were like, do you know which one the captain is? Do you know? And like, we go through 3 loading screens to literally talk to the same NPC that gave us the mission, and it's just like
God.
Yep, I'm the captain, and then just
Loading
mission
screen.
end, loading screen, and I'm like, this is
It
the
is
worst.
and that's a compulsory mission you have to do to access the next part of the
Okay. So that is the quota of screaming for this episode.
Millie's done.
Okay.
Caitlin,
I'm calm now.
Yeah.
you're going to be talking in a sec about
Yeah.
some more games.
Some more
Before we do
Sonics.
that, don't play Ice Paradise. It's a bit.
I know what we're playing. All right.
All right,
What's
Supersonic
happening?
See you
Racing.
soon, duties.
Here's some
and
good
dudettes.
beats.
Woo!
Supersonic. I definitely screeched a bit while we were off air. That was Supersonic Racing from Jacques Richard.
Amazing. Incredible.
Caitlin,
Fantastic.
go!
All right, I'm here.
Quickly, go
I'm here.
into... What are you doing first? Sonic?
Okay, I'm going to talk about Sonic Adventure 2 Battle first because it was the first one that came out.
Do it.
Came out in 2001. It's
On
almost
Dreamcast.
on Dreamcast and GameCube.
Dreamcast.
You can get it on PlayStation 3 and you can get it on PC and Xbox 360 and all that stuff. I actually genuinely really friggin' enjoy Adventure
I
Battle
agree,
2.
yeah.
The music is amazing. Hello.
Yes.
We had that Knuckles rap earlier in the show. That's all you need to know. Like, the music is just that
This is Knuckles!
Oh, it's from that,
and
is
a
it?
back.
Oh.
Yeah, Adventure 2 Battle.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, alright?
It's certainly something.
It's like your standard, Eggman's there, he's doing something bad for some reason, so you've got to try and stop him as Knuckles. But, no, not as Knuckles. Sonic, the other one. But also Knuckles and Tails.
And everyone.
Knuckles
And then
and everyone.
But you also play Eggman.
You do! So you play, like, the heroes and then you play the villains. So
Yeah,
you
it's a
play
bit
as
weird.
Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, but then you also play as Rouge and Shadow and Eggman? Question mark?
Eggman.
Yes!
You
yes.
do. You fly around in a mech and you shoot shit. You shoot...
You shoot shit, who cares?
shoot shit. So there's actually like 3 different play styles. There's ones where you are Sonic and you're going fast and you're collecting stuff. There's ones where it's like a scavenger hunt. You can like fly around and dig and all that sort of stuff. And there's also ones where you are in like a mech as either Tails or Eggman and you shoot stuff.
Yes.
So there's 3 different lots. But the best thing about Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is the Chow Garden.
Oh, no.
It's so good.
Chow Garden, where you can have little baby creatures and you can raise them and you can mold them to be whatever you want them to be.
And you can drown them. You just keep throwing them in the
Yeah,
goddamn
that's
pool.
right. And eventually they'll learn. And you can either make them
They'll learn.
great or evil. Like, there's 3 different gardens you can raise them into. So you've got, like, the hero garden, which is all beautiful and pretty. And then you've got the dark
The
garden,
sad boy garden.
which is
Edgy
all
garden.
Edgy garden.
edgy Halloween. And then you've just got normal garden, whatever. Chuck them in there.
Drown them.
And I'm not sure if you've done a lot of
Babies.
this. You can like link up Sonic Advance one, which I'll get to later,
Oh.
with the GameCube version and
Oh.
transfer your Chow across to it
Oh my
and play the
God.
Chow Garden.
Oh my god.
It's great.
I've been saying for such a long time as well, they need to make a Chow game for mobile. Just do it. God damn it.
It's already
Like,
on Sonic
Do you
Advance.
want money?
God.
Sega, do you want
don't.
money?
Don't. So
Sega.
Adventure Battle 2 is fantastic. You need to get on it. Now I'm going to talk about Sonic Forces. Sonic
Talking about
Forces,
edginess. Yeah.
which was a game that came out in 2017.
Oh no.
It has everyone in it. Everyone's in this one, guys.
Everyone's here.
Everyone. Literally everyone. Every
Even Big
villain.
the Cat is here.
Everyone. Everybody
And
is
Silver.
here.
Why is he back? Put him
Literally
away.
everyone. It's crazy. And you can make your
The
own
insert.
Sonic character. Take your fairy dreams and project them onto a character in a video.
But he just awkwardly stands around because you've been showing
Oh, yeah.
like snaps of like on your Instagram
Yeah.
of like you awkwardly being in
You just stand
cutscenes
there.
and you're just like
You're just
awkward,
there.
just-
You don't speak. You just stand there and they call you rookie and they're like, let's go on a mission. We trust you implicitly. It's like,
okay.
doesn't say anything, it just goes. But it's amazing, like the amount of stuff that so every time you clear a mission on Sonic Forces, you actually get new stuff for your little avatar. So
Oh
you
my
get
God.
like, my
Loot.
favourite things that you can get, a free DLC, which is a little t-shirt that just says Sonic and it's got that picture of like the really
Really
Jeez.
ugly
Really
Sonic.
ugly picture of
Oh,
Sonic.
amazing.
You can get yellow Crocs. You can get a yellow snapback that says
Why?
Gamer.
Why you?
Yes.
I
Okay, now I
can
want to
get-
play this game.
Sega.
A metallic full body like Zorp suit, whatever the hell they're called, which is green. So your whole character just looks like a little like balloon animal. Like it's
Sega.
amazing.
What on earth?
And then you're just in cutscenes looking like that. and
I'm pretty
it's just-
sure now that I
Oh.
think about
Oh.
it, that morph suit has to be like a player fill-in model, and they're just like, "Here, this is a custom
this is-
costume.
this is
sure,
fun. Do it.
That
The
works.
game itself is fun. Like a lot of the time, you're going so fast that you're just like,
gotta go fast,
I don't
gotta
know
go
what's
fast,
gonna
gotta go
happen.
fast, gotta go fast."
But it also mixes like 3D and side.
So it's like the Sonic
Scrolling.
Generations thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it has everything sort of all in
Nice.
one.
It actually did it right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Sonic Unleashed.
Unleashed was bad. Yeah, the werehog or whatever it was.
Oh no!
Da-
Don't.
da-
No.
da-
The
da-
Hodge. The Hog Wolf. No one knows.
the hog, no,
Hedgehog.
Hodge.
the Hodge.
It's very over the top though, so but it's on sale, so you know.
Love it.
Go
You gotta
for
do
it.
it.
Whatever, just do it.
Jeez. I have a little bit of time left, so I'm going to cram in Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure Advance? Is there anything else that you've got to say about...
No, I think I really smashed out all of the important stuff.
Can you
like
do
the
it in
clothes
5
and the
minutes,
chows.
Cringy?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm playing it right now. If you want to bring up the aux device, it's literally going through aux right now.
I can hear something.
No, that's not what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's coming.
Oh!
There it is.
It's very quiet.
Oh, there we go.
So I hear rings. I hear rings.
There you go.
There it is. Do you
See,
hear it?
This
Is that a
is
Game Boy
the...
Micro?
It is a Game Boy Micro.
Oh my lord!
Millie was like, what is this Game Boy Advance? And I'm like, it's a Game Boy Micro. It came out after the DS for whatever
Why?
goddamn reason.
Nintendo.
But it's such a good game. Like, the Sonic Advance games are weird in that not many people played them compared to, like, the Sega Genesis ones. Because those, when people talk about 2D Sonic games, that's what they're thinking about.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Game Boy Advance. I never played a whole lot of any other console. So these games are what I played the most of. And as you can tell, it sounds pretty good. It sounds like a heckin' Game Boy Advance game.
Yeah, it sounds like an
Sounds
original
like a
Sonic
Sonic.
game.
Yeah.
Sega.
There's 3 different Advance games. I'm about to hit the boss. Here we go. Sonic Adventure Advance. I keep saying Adventure. Advance 1 is... Oh man, can I beat this boss live on air? Advance
You've got
1,
3 minutes.
I know, I'm getting there. Sonic Advance 1
2 minutes.
is pretty bare bones, I'd say. Like, it's just another Sonic 2D game. Sonic Advance 2 has Cream, I think, for the first time. Which, yeah, the less said about Cream, the better. Probably.
Okay, we're going to have to wrap you up.
And Sonic Advance 3, you can play as 2 different characters at once for goddamn whatever reason.
Oh, yeah, you can do that in Forces too.
Yep.
Sick. You can
Bit
play as
weird.
3 different characters in Sonic 06. Why? Don't do it.
Basically, we all love Sonic and hate the new movie.
We also love you. Goodbye!
All right, thank you so much for listening this week. We're a mess, as always.
Also-
we love you so much.
Because we've got, like, the second studio's busted. We're about to have Dykes on mics crash our studio, so it's going to be fun. This one is Stardust Speedway from T-Lopes. It's from Sonic Mania, the other 2D game that's actually really, really good.
Yeah, play
Please
that
follow
one.
us on social media at ZGames.
We love
Thank you very much.
Have a good
We love
night.
you.
Bye.